night if the director was Jan Easton. I would ask questions and she'd write me up ethics checks and shit. I said, oh yeah, what's the question? I don't fucking know. But I would say, if you want me to represent Scientology's viewpoint, and you go to their museum, it's all the psychs are bad, the psychs are bad, this is a bad thing, Hitler.
It's probably not a good idea to stand in the middle of the street like that.
Child pornography.
You're blocking traffic.
It's all the psychs. And I said, okay, that's their viewpoint. I said, but if I'm going to get into a discussion, you know, if you want to prepare me to be a spokesman for this shit, I got to know the other side. So, and I kept asking, can you give me the other side? And they won't give it to you. And every time I would push it, I'd be like, honey, there's no way to get into the argument. They, you know, they're not, if it's all this is true, there wouldn't be anything. I got to know their viewpoint. How am I going to win the argument? You know what I mean? And they wouldn't give me the viewpoint. And it was like, and then they started to write me up because I'm doubting. I'm not saying.
Cultus is one of the planets and is to this day one of the planets of the North Star. And they took these people in boxes and so forth, and they dumped them, and then they set off hydrogen bombs on the top of each primary volcano there is on this particular planet. And when they blew up, it blew the Thetans into the air, and after the bomb, an electronic ribbon, which also was a type of standing wave, was erected over the area. The tremendous winds of the planet blew everything there was straight in to those particular vacuum zones which had been created. These were brought down, packed up, and put in front of projection machines, which with sound and color pictures first gave them the implant which you know as clearing course, and then a whole track implanted which you know as OT2. After this, however, about the remainder of the 36 days, which is the bulk of them, is taken up with a 3D super colossal motion picture, space opera, etc. They go 5 pictures to 5 words.
Because
if there weren't psychs.
No, well, because now the latest, these are the evil people. These are the evil beings, actually. These are the evil beings. And they've been around, they, you know, like you hear about Xenu and all that shit. Xenu was a psych. You got it?
So he just wasn't a practicing psychiatrist.
No, he was practicing Xenuism. You got it? Now they're called psychs. So you better beware.
I remember one time
Am
I
I
visited.
Right? Fuck me.
One time I visited the Celebrity Center, and I just walked in late at night. Looked around and said, well, what goes on in here?
Right.
And they woke up the projectionist to show me the orientation.
Oh, nice.
In my own private screening that night. And they had some poor Sea Org kid, maybe 15, 16 years old, babysitting me in the theater.
Right. Well, you're not allowed to watch the movie alone.
Right. Well, I was.
You're not allowed to do what? Because you get an MU. Like, he was watching to make sure you didn't have any lack of mass kind of shit.
And he was making small talk before that, and he was saying, well, you know, you remember the Salem witch trials? Yeah. You know, it was the psychs behind that. Well, I don't think there were psychiatrists back then. And he went, oh, no, not the psychs. I mean the pharmaceutical companies.
Oh, dear goodness.
No, not quite.
See, these are the kids. You just gotta, you know, you dash off a get well soon card, and that's about it. Because it's sad, you know. And you know, this is the interesting thing. This is and it goes back to you know, to answer further the question of, you know, what did you perceive? What I perceived, and I kind of avoided the question by saying I got stupider. But let me tell you something. These are good people. These are some of the best people you can meet. These are people who really want to help. They're willing, they're willing to give up their entire life and their own personal ambition to help others. You know, that's a pretty rare, and generally you would say, you know, it's a pretty decent person. That's the thing. And you know, and I would say, I'm not a bad person. You know, if I saw me walking around there, I'd say, okay, he's okay.
But when you say you got stupider, how do you think that happened? Well, what?
Well, in my opinion, again, and I gathered as I wake up, you know, it's a funny thing in Scientology. You feel as though you're waking up to the truth, the reality, or what really is. But what you're doing is waking up to the reality of Scientology, which is that, not the actual, the reality, which is the agreed upon universe of what is. And basically, in my opinion,
Nobody wants to hear the Jason Beghe.
in my opinion,
Nobody wants to watch the Jason
best
Beghe
thing you
interview.
can be is
What's up with
yourself.
that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
And
it's really
that's who
interesting.
you are. And
I mean,
that,
he's like the first
you know, there's
Scientology celebrity
degrees to
to
which
officially speak out against
you
the church. Why would
can
anybody not want to
actually
watch that?
I would. I loved
become
it.
yourself. And that's probably what the whole spiritual interest is. For me, I don't really know. But what Scientology, the trick of it is, it makes you feel as though you're